Welcome back to Watertown365. We have exciting news. We have information about sidewalk repair. I'm sure you want to know all about that. There is a new restaurant in town that was once a used bookstore that is now the Eatery. K Jewelers has moved into the M&T Bank storefront. Let's talk about that and so much more in today's Watertown 365 news update, weekly podcast, whatever it is that you want to call it, because the city here is looking into changing the way that it charges property owners to replace their sidewalk. This happened very recently. Tuesday night, city manager Kenneth Mix brought up the way that the city of Ithaca gets sidewalk replacements done. Watertown has been using the same sidewalk program for years, in which targeted areas of the city are chosen for sidewalk replacements. And currently, homeowners and the city split the cost 50-50 to repair sidewalks in front of their single-family homes. But the Ithaca uses a special assessment in which the city is divided into 5 districts, and property owners pay the cost of reconstructing sidewalks indirectly through their property taxes. It's an annual charge in each district that goes towards sidewalks. And under the current program, Watertown city residents are charged a maximum of $3,000 per property for properties located at intersections, and other residential and all other properties are not covered under the sidewalk program. Residents have 10 years to pay back the city for sidewalk work. Homeowners also have the options of hiring their own contractors to fix their sidewalks or do it themselves. The city hires contractors to do the work because they know how to get an entire street of sidewalks completed quickly. Now in 2020, Watertown had set aside $75,000 to complete a sidewalk program, but when the COVID-19 pandemic started, council members decided not to offer the annual sidewalk program, so homeowners would not have to face the financial hardship during the pandemic. And so basically this whole thing with that Ithaca's doing, Watertown's looking into it, and the city of Syracuse even started a sidewalk replacement program last year, where Syracuse took over the responsibility for the repair and the replacement of sidewalks. Now here's what's really cool about living over in Syracuse. Syracuse homeowners do not pay anything for this sidewalk work, but they're assessed a $20 fee in year 2, and then another $20 every year after, reaching $100 in the 6th year. So who would have thought that there are so many choices and options available in this exciting realm of sidewalk repair? So stay up to date, stay in the news, stay watching what's happening with Watertown and this whole sidewalk repair business, because nothing new is happening yet, but they're exploring all of these different options that we're discussing here, where you're on your own, you pay it for yourself, where it's covered in your property taxes if you live in on an intersection, or this other deal where the city just pays for it and you pay the small little yearly fees. Interesting to know, good to know. We will see what happens. So speaking of things that are happening, the Eatery has officially opened on Court Street. We want to get a photo figured out here, so we'll try different ways of opening up the news story. That way we can display a photo on the screen. That is the best that we can do. Okay, so the Eatery opened 2 weeks ago on Court Street. It is in a 1,200 square foot storefront that is at 168 Court Street. If you want to stop by and say, oh yeah, I drove past that, what is that? And then I noticed on the internet, on the Watertown 365, on their weekly podcast, that they showed and they mentioned it. So now I definitely have to go to 168 Court Street. This location seats 20 people. They're open from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. They have a lunch menu of sandwiches and salads and some breakfast items. They employ 3 full-time workers and 6 part-timers. And here's where it gets really exciting. The Eatery, by late summer, will triple in size. They are opening an adjacent storefront. So by summer, the eatery will employ 15 full-time workers. They will add on a complete dinner menu and banquet facilities for wedding receptions, business meetings, and special events. So there is exciting growth and expansion in store for the eatery. But for now, they offer menu items named after staff members and friends. There are handmade wooden tables built by a friend's father. There is a coffee club where, check this out, for $125 per year. What does that come out to? Like 30 something cents per day. $125 per year. It's like an Amazon Prime deal. You can get as many cups of coffee that you like. So that's really cool, right? How like Amazon Prime has a thing where you pay $100 and you get like free shipping. Well, the eatery has this $125 deal where unlimited coffee when you pay this yearly cost. That's really cool. Now, the eatery was going to be located in the former Strand Theater building on Franklin Street, but it didn't work out that way, and then they were able to get it set up in the 3-story brick building at 168 through 170 Court Street. So that's an important inspirational message for you. If you get blocked, there's always some other way. And when the other side of the eatery opens in mid-August as planned, the eatery will be able to accommodate, check this out, 275 people. So right now they can hold 20. It will be 275. They will offer live music, comics, karaoke, poetry readings, one-man and one-woman shows, and other performances. So it's really cool. And if you're driving by and you see the red up top and the green sign, you know that is the eatery over there on Court Street. And because we're on this subject, this discussion of retail locations moving and setting up shop and expanding to greater horizons, there are changes afoot for the Watertown Towne Center retail complex. Kay Jewelers has moved into the former M&T Bank storefront. Kay Jewelers will be relocating from its current location in the Salmon Run Mall. The jewelry store was an original tenant in the mall. So did you know the Salmon Run Mall was built in the 1980s? Probably by how, that's kind of, seems like that's when all malls were built, right? 70s and 80s, and they all kind of look the same but updated. So Kay Jewelers was an original tenant in the 80s, but now they're moving into their own location at the Watertown Towne Center retail complex. They are remodeling the interior of the 3,000 square foot storefront that is located off of Route 3. The new store is almost twice as large as the existing store in the mall. It will be in a building in front of the retail complex, and Target will be one of the anchors there as well. So if you drive by or you hear about the new location with the Target and all that, well, you know that Kay Jewelers is in there as well, and they moved out of the mall, and you can impress your friends with your knowledge of Watertown retail location trivia and say, well, did you know, first of all, that Kay Jewelers was an original tenant of Salmon Run Mall, but also that they have, after 30-something years, now they've moved into their double location where the new Target is as well. So this is one of those weeks where we talk about this retail location and that retail location, and it all revolves around this small town that you live in, that you care about, and it's better than hearing about all these out-of-state national things. This is what is happening right here in town. And speaking of what's happening all around town and right here, let's begin to transition towards the end of our broadcast by talking about COVID deaths, because it's just good to know what has been happening. So 2 more people have died due to complications from COVID in St. Lawrence County. They have a total of 413 new cases since Thursday. Little alarming. St. Lawrence County, there are 282 new cases, which, hospitalizations decreased by 3. 6 people admitted for COVID, 3 with incidental COVID, and then 2 in the ICU. Now in Jefferson County, 108 positive tests, and hospitalizations in Jefferson County increased by 3, bringing it up to 10. Assisted living facilities have decreased to just 1 case. Jefferson County said they will go to monthly reporting of numbers instead of twice a week. Lewis County, 23 cases and 1 hospitalization. Jefferson and Lewis counties remain at medium levels of community spread. And they update this every Thursday. So just kind of interesting and good to know about how these numbers are shaking out. I'm not sure what to think about that whole switching to monthly reporting. Maybe they figure that if it's a slow roll, a slow burn, the numbers will not be changing that much. Why bother updating week to week? Who knows? We'll keep an eye out on that. And speaking of keeping an eye on things, let's talk about you and your vision. No, I'm not talking about your vision for the future. I'm talking about what you see right in front of you as you're walking, as you're driving, as you're working, as you're playing. And Perioptical can help you out with that. And let's talk about Perioptical. We go to periopticalny.com. And the great thing about the internet is that websites have been around for so long. And these small businesses, they refine their website to make it easier for you month to month to make it, to help you get what you need. And what you need is eye care. And when you feel some pain in your eyes and you can't see clearly, then you need to pay your eye doctor a visit. Are you wondering where to find quality eye care service in Jefferson County? Perioptical team has been helping the North Country see better for more than 30 years. Perioptical is catering to families and individuals, specializing in patients with special needs and clients who may be hard to fit for glasses and contacts. Periopticalny.com shows you that their schedule is Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 12. They are located at 1125 Arsenal Street, Watertown, New York. That is Perioptical Vision Center 2. Let's also talk about the Sackett's Harbor Ballroom over in good old Sackett's Harbor, New York. So, we love to bring up the picture and we love to bring up the website, SackettsHarborBallroom.com, to find about this one-of-a-kind experience. Remodeled and refurbished in 2018, the Sackett's Harbor Ballroom event venue provides you with a marvelous atmosphere to hold your event, whether it be a wedding, reception, meeting, educational event, family celebration, or Christmas party. Sackett's Harbor offers a unique, clean, accessible, and affordable facility to hold your public or private event. They are your one-stop destination for any event requirement. They are at 103 West Main Street, Sackett's Harbor, New York. To find out everything you want to know and more, go to SackettsHarborBallroom.com. You can see they do Mother's Day tea, they have event packages, and it's a great place for you to scroll around, go around, and see their setups, see their amenities, check out their micro wedding. So if you have a small, that's an interesting innovation, right? A classic wedding for a fraction of the price, where you have up to 50 guests, any available weekends, and you don't have to go through the hassle of creating, calling, and booking everyone. They can make it all easy and simple and make it happen for you. That is SackettsHarborBallroom.com. And it looks like they even have a Facebook page. So let's go over to facebook.com/Sackett's Harbor Ballroom and throw them a quick like, because you never know if you might have some kind of a venue that is necessary for them, or maybe you have a friend who is in need of, bar mitzvah, college graduation, family reunion, high school reunion, whatever it is. What if you liked Sackett's Harbor Ballroom on Facebook, and then when someone that is in your circle said, oh, I need a meeting space, and you say, don't worry, I've got it covered, I have a hot tip for you. You can say Sackett's Harbor Ballroom, and it's in your mind because you liked the page, and you can scroll through, and you just knew what it was that they were putting out there. They have an annual plant and flower sale. They have Latin nights. They do everlasting events. And they did a ballroom wedding blitz. So that's funny, where I think, if I'm reading that correctly, it's like rapid fire weddings, like 1 hour weddings, one after another. So what a fun idea. Looks like they're always creative and outside the box. That's Sackett's Harbor Ballroom on Facebook. Now, speaking of Facebook, we want you to find us if you're not already watching us here, and we are at facebook.com/Watertown365. And what we are seeing here is that on the Watertown 365 Facebook page, we talk about National Zipper Day. We talk about how 2/3 of Americans are more interested in staycations this year to feel nostalgia. We discuss National Superhero Day and so much more. So that's what you can find on Facebook. And then to check out our website, we are at Watertown365.com, where we fit in so many other things that there wasn't enough time to fit in. NASA developed a lunar backpack to aid new moon explorers. There's information about a new flagpole that will be installed in front of Watertown City Hall. Zoo New York will mark Earth Day with a Saturday celebration, so you're missing out if you don't see what's happening on Facebook and on the website. So go here now, go to Watertown365.com, and we will see you there, and we will see you next time when there is more local, small town news to discuss. Have a wonderful weekend, have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you very soon.